guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Megan, and this is my daughter Payson. We are currently in the process of coloring her hair right now. She wanted a couple peekaboo spots, so I decided we found a semi-permanent, it washes out after a couple washes, color. So we got that for today, and we are working on that. We'll see how that turns out later in the video. This video is just going to kind of be a random mix of things. There's some cleaning. There's a project that I'm working on right now in my bathroom. I had to repair part of a wall. Nothing major, but it does need repainted. So I did finally pick a color with that. So you'll see that in the next video. But we did do some swatches on the wall and stuff like that. So keep watching and enjoy. You want to swing? Should we go swing? Okay, so here's the bathroom we're going to be working on. It's not going to be a complete remodel because we just redid it about 5 years ago or so. I used to have some vinyl over here on the wall, and you can see where I had to patch it. I had read a few months ago probably that it was not good to have vinyl on in a bathroom because of the moisture and humidity with taking showers and baths and stuff like that. And so I had decided to take it off the wall and see what we were looking at because it had been on there for a while. And you can see where I had to spackle and re-sand it down and everything. I didn't have to do it too much, which was good, but it did mean that I had to repaint. And since I have to repaint, I thought about changing the color. Here are the color options that I have gotten. I don't know if one of these will be it or not, but we are going to try them. I have them all labeled, as you can see, and we are going to put them on the wall one by one and see what we think of all of them. So here we go. Okay, so now you can see I got the paint samples on the wall. I really like number 2 and number 3. I hate the consistency of 3 and 4. Number 1 and 2 I got from Menards, and it's the Pittsburgh Grand Distinction, and that is a paint I love. I paint all the time, and that's just a paint that I have used that I absolutely love. 3 and 4 I picked up at Home Depot. I just wanted to kind of see what other samples, were out there. So even if I liked color 3 or 4, I would definitely get it color matched at Menards, so that I can get that Pittsburgh Grand Distinction paint. This Bear Marquee paint that they had samples of at Home Depot, I do not care for. It is very thick, it's very goopy, and you always want to make sure when you're putting on samples, see if I can get some good light here. You want to make sure that it's really smooth with the wall. You don't want to have any like lumps or thick spots in it, because when you paint over that sample, you are going to be able to see that. So you want to make sure everything is smooth. I did not want to waste regular paint brushes doing this because I didn't want to have to clean them all out. So I did use just the foam brushes, which isn't great because you're not going to get that smooth of a texture, but as long as you're careful with it like I am and make sure that it's smooth, it'll be fine. So I definitely like number 2 and number 3. I think I like number 2 a little bit more because it's more like peachy instead of pink. I don't know if the camera's picking that up or not, but I do like the more pink to it. But then again, when you back it up, and when you look at it as a whole, like from the outside, I do like number 3 as well. I might go ahead and fill them in. I like doing the numbers because I like being able to see which ones I'm working with since they numbered them for me at Menards, and then I numbered the ones from Home Depot just so I can keep it separate. But I might go in and fill in more of the samples just so I get more of a block view, so that I can see more how the color picks up and how it works with the gray, since the tile and everything in here is gray. I want to make sure that it works well with the gray and it doesn't pick up like purples or anything like that. Gray is really hard. It's usually either blue or yellow or purple or browns that it'll pick up. And this is more of a true gray, and I want to keep it that way because I don't want it to make the tiles or countertops or anything like that look any different color than what they are. So I may do some more samples like under here, or over in this area, and especially over in this area because it is darker and more shadowed. You always want to make sure that you put paint samples in different spots of the room, just because that color is going to look different with different lighting, different shadows and stuff like that. So I will probably put a few more samples on the wall here and then check back in. Okay, I made the samples a little bit bigger. I know that you can still see the numbers in behind these, and that's okay. I didn't want to make them too thick because I don't want that really thick bear paint. I didn't want that to thicken up so much that when I actually pick the color and put it on the wall, that there's like 5 coats of paint where those samples are. Here are the samples over by the door, where it is very bright, and I usually have on my makeup lights when I'm in here and stuff like that. Especially with these flowers right here, you can kind of see, let me see if I can get down here and number 2 and number 4 just work really well with them. And they were kind of my inspiration for going with the pinky peach color. Sure, I think I'm gonna leave these samples up for a couple days. I really like to know for sure what color I'm gonna go with before I get the paint and go through all the work of painting everything. So it usually does take me a little while to decide just because I wanna be sure.
So I think over here, 1 might be a little too bright. I think it's between 2 and 3 and 4. But over here, I think this is a little, number 2 is a little too dark. This one maybe? So that would be 2 and 3. Those are my opinions.
So I had stained this door and refinished it probably 2 months ago or so now, and I have not been able to find any of the wood filler that matches the stain that I used. I finally found some at Menards today, so I am going to fill these holes quick and show you the final result. Okay, so that is all done, and it looks so much better. I know you can still see where the nail holes are, and that's fine. That does not bother me at all. They are not nearly as noticeable, and it all blends in now. So it looks so much better. So here's the whole door. And here is the entire room. I just actually redid this room probably a month and a half ago or so. Before it was just kind of an awkward space. It wasn't really used for anything. Back here is my husband's like den room, and then over here is our living room. So it was just kind of a space in between to get from the kitchen here where I'm standing into the other rooms. So we decided to redo it. My oldest daughter loves to play games. She loves to play games. She loves to do puzzles. And we really didn't have a place for her to do that with the youngest one not getting into stuff. So I decided to turn this room into that. A table was actually given to us. Went ahead and sanded it down and stained it the same color as the door back there that I was working on earlier. And then we put up these shelves. They're just 2x12s. And we laid out all the games and puzzles and everything that we have so we can see everything. I know this isn't probably everybody's cup of tea because they don't like everything on display, but I absolutely love it. I love being able to see everything. I love that we can just grab it. We don't have to go to a closet, and stuff doesn't get lost. When the kids see the games and they can see what they want to do, they choose stuff like this over watching TV and that kind of thing. So I absolutely love it. We actually use this room now, especially with all the e-learning going on. It's been kind of crazy, but I love how this room turned out. Over on this wall here, I did a puzzle piece of the girl's picture, and it turned out awesome. The next step is going to be in here. I'm going to paint the trim white, I believe. I'm not set in stone with that. And then also in our living room. The barn board is gonna come down. Lots of projects planned, so definitely stay tuned. So here is how it turned out. It turned out super cool. It's not super bright, and you can barely see it unless you put it back, and there's one on each side. But you can't really see the one. There's one on the other side. But it looks really good. It's not too noticeable. You can see it kind of in it there. But it turned out super good. I'm excited. So do you love it?
Yeah.
A lot?
Yeah.
Yeah? This is what the color was that we used. I just got it at Sally's. But it turned out really good. All right, I am going to end this video here. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon.